As internet usage has become ubiquitous in modern society, so has the prevalence of home Wi-Fi networks. With more and more devices connecting to the internet via Wi-Fi, the security of these networks has become a pressing concern. In this article, we will explore 5 best practices for securing your home Wi-Fi network. 1. Change your network name and password. The first and most critical step in securing your home Wi-Fi network is to change the default network name and password. All routers and access points come with a default name and password, and hackers can easily find this information online. Leaving these default settings unchanged leaves your network vulnerable to unauthorized access. To change the network name and password, log into your router's settings dashboard. This process will vary depending on the brand and model of your router, but the instructions can be found in the user manual or online. Once you have logged into the dashboard, locate the network name and password settings and change them to something unique. 2. Enable encryption. The second step in securing your home Wi-Fi network is to enable encryption. Encryption is the process of encoding data transmitted over your Wi-Fi network so that it can only be read by authorized parties. Encryption makes it difficult for hackers to intercept and decipher network traffic. The 2 most common types of encryption are WPA and WPA2. WPA2 is the newer and more secure protocol, so it is recommended that you use this option if it is available on your device. To enable encryption, log into your router's settings dashboard and navigate to the encryption settings. Select WPA2 and follow the prompts to set up the encryption passcode. 3. Disable guest networks. Guest networks are a convenient feature that many routers offer to allow visitors to connect to the internet without giving them access to your primary Wi-Fi network. However, it is best to disable the guest network completely to minimize the risk of unauthorized access. If you must use a guest network, make sure that it is password protected and separated from your primary network entirely. It is also advisable to set the guest network to automatically disable after a set period of time to further minimize the likelihood of unauthorized access. 4. Keep your firmware up to date. Firmware is the software that controls your router's functionality. Just like with any other software, vulnerabilities in firmware can be discovered and exploited by hackers. Manufacturers issue firmware updates to fix these vulnerabilities and improve the security of their devices. To keep your router's firmware up to date, log into the router's dashboard and navigate to the firmware update settings. Follow the prompts to update to the latest version. You can also set your router to automatically check for and install firmware updates. 5. Use a VPN. A virtual private network VPN provides an additional layer of security by encrypting all internet traffic sent and received by your device. VPNs create a secure tunnel between your device and the internet, making it difficult for hackers to intercept and decipher your data. VPNs are available as standalone applications or can be integrated into your router. If you choose to use a standalone VPN application, make sure that the app is reputable and uses strong encryption. If you opt to use a router-integrated VPN, make sure that the VPN provider supports your router's firmware and offers good customer support. In conclusion, securing your home Wi-Fi network is crucial to protect your personal data and prevent unauthorized access by hackers. Changing default network names and passwords, enabling encryption, disabling guest networks, keeping firmware up to date, and using a VPN are all best practices for keeping your home Wi-Fi network secure. By taking these steps, you can minimize your risk of data breaches and keep your online activities safe and secure.